I am just getting set up here. I was going to work in my Society of Idea Collectors journal this afternoon. This is Sunday afternoon. Hi, Kathy Whitney. Happy Sunday to you. As I was saying, I was going to work in my Society of Idea Collectors journal this afternoon, and I thought, why not just live stream it? I don't think I've done a live stream on my Society of Idea Collectors. Now, I did not, happy Sunday to you too. I did not get a message this time that the chat messages will be live, so I'm not sure what's going on there. They may still be testing the settings. I don't know what's going on. So, I thought that this is Sunday afternoon in central Nebraska. Oh, I'm still getting set up. I still have to find a way to... Who else came in here? Kristen, M. Hi, Kristen. I still have to find a better way to set up this phone that I have plugged in. But I've been working in my Society of Idea Collectors, and guess what, guys? I don't know what I did with it now, but I found my bone folder. My bone folder has been on vacation. I was clearing off the little table next to me, and it was down in between two boxes, so the lost has been found. Hi, Patricia. Welcome. I thought I'd work in my Society of Idea Collectors. I started in my live stream, I think it was it yesterday morning or Friday night, where I was showing where I stamped the month of March. Well, I finished that, and I did some syllabus pages yesterday, just did not film them, just sat down and worked on them. I'll show those first. This paper that you're seeing here, let me get the other one out if it's here. Of course it's not. This is when I started painting that paintbrush that I'm going to do an altered paintbrush. I let all the paint drip down on the paper, so I just folded it in half. I have some cutouts. Let's see if I can zoom in just a teeny bit more. Aren't those neat? Let me see if I can adjust my camera a little. Who came in? Welcome to folks that are coming in. Hi, Raven. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Vicki. From Eastern Tennessee says hi to Central Nebraska and all over the place. It's a lovely day. It's really looks nice out here too, but they have a high wind warning out for later on Sunday and into Monday. So I'm kind of wary of that. But right now it just looks like a beginning of spring, a pretty March day. So this is just... I got these images from Rose. She sent them to me in Happy Mail, and I'm going, they just go perfect on here, and they are way too pretty to not use. So I put them down, and these are some, I think I don't know, I don't remember what magazine I got these out of, but they just fit. And this came out, I believe, out of a Mary Jane magazine, the Mary Jane, the organic farmers, I guess. And my little spring bird. And then I had all these test and trial spring birds for the giveaway. These are ones that didn't make the cut. I was experimenting with what I wanted to do. So I put those down. And then here's my March pages that I have worked on. So I've got those all ready to go for March. I even filled in March Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and so I'm ready to fill in today's. Here I made a mistake, and Thursday I started journaling on this, so I'm just going to leave my mistakes in here. A mistake is a happy accident. And then I picked out some things that I want to use for weeks 3 and 4. So that's kind of where I am on my the syllables. Dee Dee Willingham calls them syllables. They're using all the small art pieces. But my Society of Idea Collectors is getting fat. I mean, it's really getting fat. And I'm not ready to take out January and February yet. I'm going, I don't know if I can get any more in here. It's really time, because look, the pages are starting to get squished in here. So it's really time to start taking out some pages. I'm going to put them in Shannon Green's custom binder that I ordered a special one that wraps around. So I'm going to have to figure out how to put those in. So I'm not going to do that here, but what I thought I would do, let's put this back in. These are my experiment pages with the embossed drippage and the tar gel experiments. I'm going to put those in here. But what I thought I would do is February, I must not have planned my calendar pages as well as I thought, because I have a lot of, I gotta find them here, where my calendar pages for February. What did I do with them? They're here. Here they are. They're in their own little section. I'm gonna take these out and show you what I'm talking about. I really do like this Midori style for these, because it's easy to, it's nice to have them in there, but it's just so nice to be able to pull them out. And I'm just going to put these back in here for now. Look how fat it's getting. Oh, I just love it. But I am going to eventually, I'm having a hard time taking out all the fun stuff. All right, so Josie, hi there, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you in here. Did I freeze? No, I'm still going. I lose connection, so when I lose connection, just be patient with me, I'll be back. I've been sorting through some of my glue book images, and in February I have a lot of pages left at the end of the month. I didn't quite fill in the last few days, but that's okay. So I thought that I would do, I have several pages, and I don't want to put them in my binder blank like this. So I thought I would just do some glue booking on them, and I went through my glue book images and pulled some. I don't know how that kangaroo got in there. He just hopped on my page. Yeah, Josie, for those of you that live on the other side of the world, in fact, that's kind of one reason Aristi, who's in Greece, has been after me to do some daytime chats, because she says it's 3 o'clock in the morning over there when I do my Friday night chats, and I'm going to do them, but I'm going to do them on an impromptu basis, because I don't know what my days are going to look like. So I think I'm going to glue this piece of tissue paper down. And I had found my bone folder, but I had lost my glue jar here. So I look all over my glue jar, and it was right under my nose. So I'm going to pull these out, and just while I'm chatting, kind of do some glue in here. Yeah, this has really been fun. I don't know who's the spoiled one, you or me, Kathy, because you all come to my chats, and it surprises me, because I don't announce these. I announce the Friday night ones, or you all know that I go live on Friday nights, but I really don't make a point of saying I'm going to be live. I don't post it anywhere. I just jump on, and you all start showing up, and yay! Dawn, Sunpath, good morning. Or afternoon. It's early afternoon for me. And I'm just playing in my Society of Idea Collectors. I kind of want to close out February. I have more February Happy Mail that I want to put in, but I'm not going to put it in there. I'm going to put it in, I'm doing Aunt Beck's lunch bag project. Aunt Beck's Creations lunch bag project. So I have some happy mail that really belongs in February that I'm going to put there. This tissue paper is really delicate. All right. Now I keep knocking my phone charger plug out of the phone. I'm going to have to find a better setup for this. It's starting to annoy me because it doesn't stay in there very well anyway, and when it's stretching across the room, it just really hates me. Hi, Bee. What are you going to do when you take them out? You mean my pages, Bee? Is that what you're asking me? What am I going to do with my pages when I take them out? I have a custom binder from Shannon Green, a big composition book one, and I had her, I did a special order on it, and it's across the room where I'd show it to you. I've showed it before in my videos, but it's expandable. So I'm going to take these pages out and put them in my composition custom binder from Shannon Green. That's the plan. But I might have to bind each signature separately before I do that, because there will be several pages, and then I'll do each signature Midori style, you know, each month. Put them in there Midori style. I still have to figure that part out. But that's the plan. Oh well. So I am just using up, well, what I want to do is really finish out these last few February, oh, did that glue down? February blank pages. And I just thought I would do some glue booking, because glue booking is something that I enjoy, and why not do some glue booking in your Society of Idea Collectors? And this really is not, I'm not doing anything that says this is a Society of Idea Collector technique or anything like that. That's not the plan. The plan is just to use up the blank pages at the end of the month. Hi, Lucia! Welcome! Welcome. Yeah, some of you, let me set this aside. I'll show it again for maybe Josie and some of you who haven't seen where I am on this Society of Idea Collectors. It's getting fat, and I'm on the 3rd month. And I don't even have all the tabs. These are the tabs that I thought that I needed, and most of them I brought over from 2017. I have calendar, list, mind maps, notes, projects, and sketches. I think those are the only tabs that I have in here. And, you know, it gets fat really fast with all this. But I enjoy I'm using Happy Mail on my little syllables pages. It just gives me a place to put Happy Mail that I get. And then I put my giveaways and document the days. And I put my calendar pages in between those pages. See, here's the end of my January here. Kind of made a flip out of it. And yeah, this is some notes from when I was on Jerry Bellini's Recycled Parts for Art design team that I copied off kind of her instructions to us. And I wanted a place to put it, so I put it in there. And then this gets into February, and it's huge. And like I said, I still have Valentine art that I didn't put in here. I'm going to put it on Aunt Beck's lunch bag project. So, and this is the pocket letter that Lucia sent me, and I just love it. So that goes in there. And then she put a note. And I just like how these things open and close. This is my 29 Faces eraser carvings, and these are March. This is what I worked on these yesterday. These are my March syllables pages, so the calendar pages go in in between. Like here's like week 1 and 2, and then this will be week 3 and 4 over here. And then I just put my calendar pages in there. I don't have that attached in there yet. I just set it in. And these are my experiments with the embossed drippage and the tar gel experiments. Now those probably should go in the Society of Idea Collectors because they're really experimenting. I've never used tar gel before, and I love the texture that it gives here. So that's where I'm going with this, but I had some blank pages. Let me go back to my collage. I had some blank pages at the end of, this is my February calendar, and I have some blank pages at the end because I guess I didn't plan how many pages I really needed, so I don't want to put these in my binder blank. So I'm just going to glue book on them. So that's, and I sat down to do this today, and I didn't really say, okay, I'm going to do a live stream. Oh, I tore it there. I'll cover it up. I sat down and I started to work on this, and I thought, well, why don't I do a live stream? That's how that worked. And so here I am. I really want another piece of wax paper here. So I hope everybody's having a good weekend. I'm not doing much. I didn't go anyplace, haven't done anything, just been inside trying to get caught up on projects and finding things. And Lucia, I found my bone folder. It had fallen down. I got a little table off to my side, and it fell down between 2 boxes. So, I had cut these out of some magazine. I don't know what they were advertising, but I thought, man, they're neat. I didn't want to throw them away, so I trimmed them out. I think what they were, it was an advertisement. It was an article on using framing things for art, you know, like wallpaper and things like, I don't see that being wallpaper, but I think this was wallpaper and they just framed it. It was an article on that. So I'm just going to continue glue booking. I kind of didn't put that down too straight. That's okay. This isn't meant to be perfect. I was thinking about too many things at once here. Yeah, found it. So I really don't have a plan for this. When I do my live streams, I kind of like to, on Friday nights, I kind of like to plan out what I'm doing. But that isn't the case here. The case here was I want to glue book in my February pages. So I kind of like the idea of doing that. Putting it this way. Putting it there. Putting it. I'm going to do that. Let's see, what other one do I have here? I've got... I just have things that I have fussy cut out, and I just want to use them. Ooh, I like that little bird. I just want to use them. They need to be used. Here's a little bunny. I thought I would use that in March or April, but he's hopped on to my pages here. I think I'm going to put him down for the fun of it. Why not put a bunny with all this decorative wall art? I mean, I'm not seeing chat too much. Are you guys not chatting, or did my chat stream freeze? Let's see. Let's go out here. Come back in, see what's happening. Yeah, you guys, if you have things to do, Oh, okay. Oh, Josie's listening and sewing. Cool. What type of sewing are you doing, Josie? There's an old sewing machine around here, and I've been so tempted to pull it out and see if it works. In fact, there are two of them. There's a portable one that belonged to my brother's significant other. Oh, you're quilting? Cool. Oh, Lucia. Oh, Lucia, it's 12:15 here. See, I forget that Lucia's out on the West Coast, so it's probably 12, 11, 10, so she's getting ready to leave us here pretty soon. Quilting. Kathy's working on a page in her art journal. Cool, Kathy. It's 10:13. It's probably about time to take off, huh? Oh, dear. See, what happens when your life gets boring? I think I'll put that up here. When your perfect life gets boring. Yeah, like I ever had a perfect life. Yeah. How about some money? Perfect life. I'll put that right here, I think. Late service starts at 10:45. Well, we'll let you go talk to Jesus. He might get mad at me. He'll say, late for church, and I'll say, where were you, Lucia? I was chatting with Meri on YouTube. We might have to take care of that. Tomorrow. I kind of like that, though. I'm looking for images. There's no, I'm kind of doing Cindy's grab and glue where there's really no rhyme or reason for what I'm putting in here. Here's a gingerbread house that I had cut out to put in my big giant glue book that never made it in. Here's some more coinage. Kristen says she's working on her planner for March. Watercolor painting the March calendar. Cool. Very cool. Since I put coinage over here, I think I'll put some over here. Maybe this way. Yeah. And I'm just kind of grabbing images to put down here, not paying too much attention to do they make sense. I more or less try to fit them on the page. Although I like that little bunny rabbit on here because he just kind of adds some playfulness. Well, there's two of them. They add some playfulness to the page. You know, bunny rabbits, you expect them to, well, first of all, it's spring, but you kind of expect them to hop around a little. Because this is a February page. Where happened to my paper towels? They're never here when I want them. So I'm just hanging out today. I never really planned to do a live stream. I sat down and then I looked at what I was doing and I said, well, I'm going to do this live. Leanne says, SOIC means Society of Idea Collectors, a project that stream watchers participate in. See Dee Dee's YouTube for details. She has a whole playlist dedicated to it. Yes, she does, Leanne. All of that is the truth. And ever since Dee Dee started her Society of Idea Collectors, I've been participating. It's one of my favorite things to do. One of my very favorite things to do. And I love her mind mapping. I'm not going to do mind mapping today, but I do love her mind maps. Got a red mug. And this syllables project is more or less for 2018. She started out explaining what Society of Idea Collectors was. And she went into some mind mapping techniques. I'm looking for little smaller images. I like that coffee cup, and I kind of like the penny there. Thank you for explaining that, Leanne. I had missed that question. I appreciate that. Yeah, Dee Dee Willingham. She is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful artist. I like my coffee cup down here, I think. Should I put my penny there? Maybe I'll save that penny for another page. Oh, here's a nice image. I think that goes up there. Hi, Linda. Welcome. Yeah, this is just kind of impromptu. I sat down to kind of finish out my Society of Idea Collectors February pages. And I was just sitting here getting things organized, and I thought, well, why don't I just stream it? And, you know, sometimes you sit here and you just work like I am now. And sometimes I'll sit and I'll watch videos such as Dee Dee Willingham's videos. I enjoy watching her on YouTube. I just sit and listen to her while I'm working. And, you know, sometimes it's nice just to sit down and have a Sunday afternoon just chatting with friends and arting. I bought 2 art books at the flea market yesterday, Linda says. I'm going to try your journal ideas. Cool! Cool! I can't wait to see or hear more about them. Linda, are you on Facebook in any of the groups? Do you have a YouTube channel? How can I see more of what you're going to do? I'm not sure I want to put that on there. Ooh, this is kind of cool too. Oh, look, I got some coffee. I don't get too much on here. I kind of like that in here. Like she's going to dunk it. And then it kind of relates to that. For some reason or another, I got a lot of mugs. Oh, here's another one of these. I got some more of these. Let's see what I got here. Hi, Vicki. Welcome, welcome. Kind of like that. Kind of oval shape that fits the coinage. I have kind of go through what I pulled. These are pulled. When I cut my images, I don't really try to save them specifically except for size. And these came out of my medium. Some of these are really cool. I like that image. And I got my teapot. This teapot, I used it as a bookmark for the longest time. And then I sat over by my laptop. And finally I got disgusted and said I'm going to put it in my glue book. So that's going to go in here someplace. Ooh, I kind of like this one. These come out of the Real Simple magazines, or is it Oprah? Where they have, it's really a Q, and when I fussy cut it, I cut off the little Q on it. See it? You can see it here, the little curly Q on the Q. I cut it out. Oh, and see, I got more of these. I'll do another page of these. Oh, and I've got another one of these, too. Yeah, I kind of like that. I got a vintage photo. I'm not going to glue book that in. Linda says, I'm just learning to post stuff. Hubby has to take pictures for me. I just got an iPhone and I'm still learning how to use it. Well, you'll get there. It's not hard, and especially if you have it on a phone. I predict that you're going to be doing a lot of pictures very soon. Talking about playfulness, there's a kangaroo. I put the little rabbits on this page. I think I'll put the kangaroo on the next page. And I think I'll end this out by just putting this kind of a spirally. I'm not sure if it was quill art or cookie or just decorative art. Can't decide whether I want to put it in my cookie cup or over here. I kind of like it there, but then I want some. Maybe I'll put that penny back on here. No, that's too much. Decisions. I need to glue this down just a teeny bit more. Hi, Shelly, Crafty Mamas. Hello to Hawaii. Thanks for peeking in. This is just kind of impromptu, Shelly. I was telling the gals that I sat down to work in my Society of Idea Collectors, and I'm just glue booking in the last few pages of my February calendar so I don't put them in blank. And I thought, well, as long as I'm sitting here, why don't I just do a stream? So that's what I'm doing. I can't decide. I want to put this on the page, but I'm not sure where. I'm thinking right here. Maybe up over a little, over. Like it's dunking. I'm going to put it down and stop fretting over it. Sometimes you get caught in that mode of, all right. Yeah, I did not really, and I probably only doing this. You see, here's my February, one of my February pages here. Because see, it folds up like this. This was the last one. I put down some books that I read in February here, but I didn't fill in these days. But I've been reading Richard Paul Evans. I like his writing because it's kind of like a easy read novel. I like those when I don't really want to concentrate. But he wrote a story, and it was a series, and I think there's one more in the series that I haven't read yet, the ending one. But he loses his wife in a horse. She got thrown. Thank you, Patricia. I'm never sure. Let's see, am I back? Skip the ads. Am I back? I'm back. I don't know when I dropped out. That happens a lot. Lose connection. Lose connections. Thank you, Patricia, for saying we should wait right here. Wait for me. Yeah, Leanne. Well, let me turn off my heat gun. That happens a lot to me. I lose my internet connection. I'm going to call. I'm streaming over my phone. I'm screaming over my phone. I'm streaming over my phone. And I thought I had enough, what do you call it, bandwidth, but I may not, and the internet will drop me. But my YouTube stream is still going. So sometimes I don't realize that I've been dropped. That's kind of, even like, it seems to happen when I'm really involved in working on something, and it drops me. But when I sign back in, everything's fine again. I see all the comments. I see the comments that were there before I fell. But also I got my heat gun plugged into the same outlet that my phone is plugged into. So that I'm going to turn it on. That might have something to do with it too. I want to dry this ink a little. So I always say when I fall, hang on. I'll be right back. Thank you for saying that, Patricia. Hi. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Xenia? Xeina? Welcome. Thank you, Josie. Thank you guys for hanging with me. I just wanted to get a little ink, a little color on this page. I think I'll just put this here because I like these flowers. And This page is still kind of damp. I think I'll set it aside to let it dry. And all I'm doing is doing some impromptu glue booking in the back of my Society of the end pages of my February calendar and my Society of Idea Collectors, because I don't want to leave February with blank pages. Where's my credit card thing? Here it is. So that's all I'm doing, and I sat down to work on it this morning, and I thought, well, why don't I just stream it? And here you all are. So I'm on Top Chat. Let's see if I can't get live chat. So I really don't have a plan of... You would think that Sunday morning would be a pretty good morning to, or early Sunday afternoon would be a good time to stream. Evidently it's not. Evidently it's not. Let's see. I'm going to put that there just to kind of... How about putting down my coffee pot? I thought this would be a good time to stream. I thought there aren't going to be a lot of people online. It shouldn't be throwing me offline as much as it is. I thought I had a blue. Here I do, a tissue paper. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Sorry about that. I understand if you need to go and do other things with your Sunday. But I do appreciate it. I need to get this off of my desk. That's my SD cards and such for my phone. Thank you, Leanne. Let's see. I'm going to put this tissue paper down. I don't know where I got it, but I like it. I don't buy this specifically. I think I went to a little quilt shop. Is this? Let me look at the back here. Are these? Let's go. Well, no, they're all across pages. I'll just do it here. I went to a little, it's kind of a quilt bead shop, and they sell these little brass charms that I like for my art. And I think she wrapped them up in that tissue paper. How nice that was. So, not much going on a Sunday afternoon. I've been watching videos, just kind of relaxing, kind of just hanging out. Let's see. That's what Sunday afternoons are for, though. Use a little light touch here so I don't tear the whole thing, but I'll tear it anyway. Try to get as many of those bubbles out as possible. And of course I'll do it crooked. I mean, why wouldn't I? That's art. Well, it's not too crooked. Unexpected gifts. It's 2:30 there. Not much doing, can't sleep. Where are you at? You must, Leanne, you must be on the other side of the world. 2:30, can't sleep. Or are you talking about a Sunday afternoon nap? Australia. Well, you know, I have those nights too. You're just gonna have to. I guess the recommendation is when you can't sleep, get up and do something. Read a book, or I don't know if watching YouTube is the best thing to do, because I mean, don't leave. But I think I'll think I'll switch these around here. I kind of like these, just these square framed pieces. But get up and do something. Work on your art. Read a book. See what's happening in the world. I laugh because when I get up in the morning and when I sign on, and I like to see what's going on in the world. I'll say, well, let's see who got into trouble today when I go into the news. I read the news, check out the news channel, and who's in trouble today? And then I laugh because I go, well, I sympathize because if there's a way Meri can get in trouble, she will. I'm kind of disappointed with the live chat thing. I didn't get that message when I signed on today. So I don't know if they were just messing around with it yesterday. I'm not sure. I don't see anybody else with live chats on their live streams, but maybe. And I saw the little option on my advanced settings tab in my video manager on the video, but it's all grayed out. You can't do anything with it. You can't say allow it or disallow it. So they must still be setting it up. Leanne says she watches her friends in the boxes overseas, usually in the USA when she can't sleep. Y'all keep me company. Yep. That's a good thing to do. I like to listen to internet radio sometimes. Sometimes just that. I'm not sure it's the best thing to fall asleep with your ear, with your phone plugged into your ears with your earbuds on. But sometimes just listening to the radio. We have a radio that's not an internet radio, but I get all that static with the internet radio. It buffers at times, but I don't get the static like I get on like a regular radio. So even the local channels here, you just get a lot of static. So I'm just putting images down in my February page just to get images down. I'll go back later when this is all dry and trim off the pages. But I don't want to put them away with lost your connection. Are you back now, Kathy? I know. I thought Sunday afternoons would be a good day to be on the internet, but evidently, maybe they take that time to do testing or whatever they do. I don't know. I'm just talking about things I don't know about. This was some masking tape, but I don't think I can rescue this. I think it's pretty well taped together. Yeah, well, maybe. We'll put it up there. At least this little strip. So I'm just sitting here putting glue book images in my February pages so that eventually I'm going to put, I think I'll wait till, well, January, February, March. That would be the first quarter. I just can't quite take those pages out of my Society of Idea Collectors yet. Yeah, sometimes, Patricia says, sometimes Meri loses connection. That happens an awful lot in Meri's world. It just seems to be, well, I'm in a small town out in the middle of nowhere. Whoops. And I barely touch my phone and I get this. And that could have a lot to do with it. I mean, I'm streaming over a Windstream, which is my telephone service, internet connection through, I go online through Wi-Fi through our phone service. And I thought I had a fairly good, I want to say speed, but I know I can upgrade it, but I'm not sure I want to upgrade it because other than going live, I really don't have too much of a problem. And it's $20 more a month for the next level. And I'm going, do I want to do that just to stream? I'm still debating. If I were rich, I wouldn't think two things of it, but I'm not rich, guys. But I'm happy. I really like this picture. This picture, if I hold it up here a little, is, I think it's on the back here. When I read the back, it's talking about schools, unconventional schools, not just the little red schoolhouse. Brush arbor schools. Well, see, this is a brush, meaning sticks and twigs and tree limbs. Like those in Texas that the Texas school children attended in 1887 often served as classrooms on the southern plains until proper schools could be built. So they really had a thirst for learning. I appreciate that. Can you imagine? I want to go to school today and you walk into this little shelter almost of tree limbs. They must have really had a thirst for learning back then. What would they have done with the internet? That just, yeah, I'm still here. Kathy says, I was thinking you weren't following Cindy's tip. Don't overthink it. Oh, no! Here I'm thinking it. I'm thinking it, aren't I? But I love I love the stories that these pictures tell. Now, this obviously is a illustration. This isn't a photograph. This is an illustration. And I was looking at this, and this little guy here, he's crying, but he's really not in the corner, and I'm wondering if he's being reprimanded for some reason. And I can't figure out the hand placement here. She might be, tapping him on the hand with the ruler. And this little gal is just sitting here contentedly reading, and all these others are. That I think, now this of course is probably back east, and it's not a conventional school building that was built as a school. It was, I think they had private schools where, the teachers would teach out of their, I want to say out of their homes, because that looks like a home environment. But I'm not saying that for sure. That's just what it looks like to me in here. But they really must have a thirst for learning to go to school. I'm not going to paste this down. I like the back of it. I'm going to go back to these beautiful, these. I might as well get these in here this way. And I think I'll splash some more ink on this page. Yeah, I do tend to overthink. I should just do Cindy's grabbing glue, but... Hi, Rose! Welcome. Hi, Aunt Beck. Rose, Aunt Beck, I just sat down to finish out my February pages in my Society of Idea Collectors. And I probably should have done a little shaking of this ink. And I said, why not just stream it? And all I'm doing is doing some glue booking on the last few pages. Ooh, that's a pretty ink. Ooh, it's almost gold, isn't it? And you can see where I glued on the back. All right, well, you can see too, maybe that's where the ink hit the paper. I'm just wanting to get some color down on these pages. That is pretty. I'm loving that color. It probably looks brighter to me. It looks brighter to me. Maybe you're seeing it better. When I look on my little phone, it looks darker. All right, heat gun alert. I'm going to dry this ink a little. Josie, it's so glad to have you here. You're probably, what, 8 hours, 7 or 8 hours ahead of us, and it's early afternoon here, so it has to be in the evening for you. Yes, Rose, a lot of people are having, on several of my old videos, I'm getting comments that they're buffering. I'm not sure why. I don't know. My first thought is, I know I'm not doing anything different. So my first thought is maybe YouTube's having some server issues or, you know, some kind of connection issues on their side. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't take that for fact. But I know I'll watch my own videos and I don't have too much of a problem. Sometimes it does buffer for me, but I'm just not sure why it's happening. Cannot answer that one. Ooh, this is pretty on both sides. That's no fair when they do that. Make a decision, Mary. I have to think about that one. I'm going to put these pretty florals down. And I'm not saying that I'm even doing the best glue booking job here. I've already got it down, so just leave it down. I just don't want these. I kind of messed that up. I'll put this one. What's on the back? Ooh, I like that. What's on the back of this one? Nothing. I'm going to put this one this way. Hi, Ann. Social Butterfly, welcome. Mini live chats going. So, gets laggy. Oh, really? Are there more live chats going? I didn't see any live, but I'm not subscribed to everybody. So I only see the lives of people that I'm subscribed to. So there could be a lot of other live chats going, and that's an excellent point. When it got all those lives, all those people doing live streams, it's getting laggy. Hi, Cindy. I'm glue booking on the... I sat down this afternoon and I'm finishing out the last pages of my society, my February pages on the calendar. Let me open it up here and show you. February. So, see, I filled in all my February calendar pages until I get to the end. And at the end, I've got these blank pages. So I don't want to put them away. I'm getting ready to close out February and put it away. And I don't want to put it in my Society of Idea Collectors with blank pages. And so I said, I like the glue book, so why not? So that's what I'm doing. Welcome, Cindy. Cindy, I am so glad she's saying she's getting her studio space all set up and she can art, so we get her back. We get Cindy back. I like this teapot. He's going to go, I think I'll put him here. What can I put around that teapot? How about this? I know I'm thinking about it, but look at this, kind of a tea towel, dish towel. That has to go on this page somehow. Just like that, maybe. I'm going to glue this teapot in. I don't have all my inks out, but I've been using my FW inks on the pages here. That needs more glue. So, but, let's see, I thought I had a green out, but I could have been wrong. I have this purpley, I have this pearlescent that I've had sitting around here before, long time ago. Aunt Beck says, I'm so looking forward to the day that I have my own space and all my own treasures with me in one place. Yes. Aunt Beck is in the throes of selling a house and getting stuff moving too. I so understand that because I'm not in my own space. I have my own space. I'm, as far as, my brother has given me shelter, let's put it that way, at his house. But, it's not really, I want more room. I was watching Donna Downey, and I was thinking about her this morning. You know, that beautiful new studio that she has is just gorgeous. But it isn't the studio that caught my attention when I watched that video. She had said in her video that it was a dream come true for her. And I thought, wow, how cool is that? Somebody's dream came true. You know, dreams, well, I know you're supposed to work for your dreams too. I mean, I know all of that. But dreams don't always come true. And I'm really happy that a dream came true for somebody, you know? So that's what attracted me to her video. You know, she's of course going to have classes there in her studio, and you know, she was showing all the setup and everything, and I enjoyed seeing all that. But what I enjoyed most about her video was she said her dream came true. And I'm going, yeah. Go for it. All right, I'm going to heat gun alert. Cindy says, Meri, someday I'm going to have to come out and just sit and create with you. Cindy, here's the thing. We might have to kick my brother out of his own house. Or we might have to set up another, because my desk is small. We might have to rent a space in a hotel room or something. But you're always welcome. We could go urban sketching. Oh, you can sit on the floor? Yeah. I'll sit on the floor. You got back issues. You got pain issues. I'm not going to make you sit on my floor. But we could go urban sketching. I would. You know what? You can have my desk and I'll take your RV out for a ride. How's that? What an RV. A meet up at a motel. Well, you know what would be fun, Cindy? Peg is in Iowa and Packardie is in Omaha. And there's probably some others along the way that's not too far away. Jeff would drive? Aw, that's cool. It would be fun if you come out this way and that we could have a meetup with Packardie and Peg, and that would be a fun deal. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying if you come this way, it might be pretty cramped here. My desk is not a big desk. But, hey, as long as I can sit down and you know, I don't have to worry too much about bothering anybody. It's pretty quiet here. My brother likes to watch wrestling on Monday and Tuesday nights. So those nights are kind of out. But, I mean, I can still do work on my art, but I can't really film unless I'm going to do a fast forward or something like that. And he likes his Price is Right and his Wheel of Fortune shows. He likes those shows because he's hard of hearing, but he works those puzzles, and I keep telling him he should be a contestant on them because he's good. He amazes me he figures them out, even the hard ones. I said, you'd be rich. You'd probably win $1 million. Let's see. I'd cook if someone else does the cleanup. I do cleanup, Aunt Beck. You can cook and I'll do the dishes. I don't mind doing dishes. So, yeah, I do dishes. I like to clean up after the meals. I don't like going to bed with a dirty sink of dishes. I got that from my mom. She never liked that. So, even if they're not all put away, they're clean. Or as clean as they're going to get. The other night we had pizza. And the tomato, you know how the pan gets greasy and it burns on the pan. And that pan was kind of used anyway. And I let it soak overnight with baking soda. And boy, that pan cleaned up nice. I mean, there was no grease left on that pan. It looked brand new. I was so proud of myself. Oh, dear. But I'm not sure. We got a self-cleaning oven, and I've used that. I used it before, but my brother was going to broil some steak, and he accidentally turned the oven to oven clean, and then he tried to get out of it. He didn't have the steak in there, thank goodness, but the door locked. And I did not know. That's a common problem. I went on YouTube to see how, or online, Googled it to see how to get out of it. We couldn't get the door open. And it's a common problem. They got all sorts of information out there about it. Well, finally, we left it overnight, and the next morning I woke up and the door was open, and I asked him if he did anything. He said he shook it. He jarred it. The door had latched, and we couldn't get it unlatched again. And so I want to clean the oven again. I want to use the self-cleaning oven, and I'm afraid to do it because I'm afraid that he'll have to shake it again and get mad at me. But it really does need a good cleaning again. So I'll probably ask permission. Let's see. Let's catch up with chat. Gotta be picky when picking furniture. You gotta live within it for quite a while. Yep. Must be talking to Cindy about her furniture. Crafty Mama says, there are great places in North Carolina to get inexpensive, high-quality furniture. North Carolina is where most is American-made furniture comes from. I did not know that, Shelley. That's interesting. Brevard, North Carolina. Yes, and you just... I want to see your videos. You just get out there and start trying it. And if you see something you don't like, you don't have to put it online. Just move on and learn from it because, well, that's what Meri has to do. Meri makes a lot of mistakes, and I make a lot of live mistakes, too. I think Cindy is it won't be long and Cindy and Jeff will be getting in that RV and traveling. All right, Kathy, thanks for dropping in. Yeah, have a good weekend, Kathy. I've never been to North Carolina. Oh, an antique store. To me, that's like almost, some of them are almost like walking into museums. And what bothers me, too, is some of the places where I went in Wisconsin, and I'm not going to say which ones, but it did bother me that they advertised as being a thrift store, but they sold like being an antique store. And I'm going, a thrift store should be thrifty. And if you have things that you think should sell for higher than thrifty prices, then either sell them online or, you know, find another way. Rename your store to an antique store or something. Aunt Beck said that she made some video clips and we'll work that in on a video once she finishes in the kitchen. Hey, Josie, let's see, I think I asked you what you're working on. Did you say were you the one who said you were quilting? Are you working on a quilting project? I don't quilt, but you quilters inspire me. I think, though, if you follow me on Facebook, I reposted a little scissors chart, cross-stitch chart that it was 2007 when I created that. And every year it pops up in my, things, past memories. And I reposted it this year, and I thought, I stitched it before. I gave it away to one of my stitching friends way back when. But I'm going, it really isn't hard to stitch those things up. I used to do stitching and design little charts long ago, and I kind of got out of doing it when I started doing so much art. I like this. This is really beautiful. I'm going to put that on here. And let's see. I think I'll just put it on there with this masking tape, but I think I'll put some more of this beautiful. This is cover up the name of the colors here. Oh, Indian yellow. Aunt Bex, throw it away. What are you talking about, throw it away? Here, let me see. When will you send pieces? Mary does. The envelopes have a return address. When you send pieces, Mary does. The envelope have a return address. Oh, when you send pieces, Mary does the... Oh, yeah, it does. Unfortunately, I've debated whether to put my return address on them too. But if I don't, sometimes if I get the address wrong, if I don't put my return address on there, they don't know where to send it back to. So, and I've had mail returned back to me. So I debated and debated whether to put my return address on the giveaways. But I end up doing it because if it gets lost, then it comes home. Or if it can't, you know, if I get the address wrong. Christmas time, I had the address right, but I wrote my last number as a zip code wrong. And that was the only thing wrong with the address, but they must have got picky about it, and they said no such address on it just because the zip code was wrong. And I changed the last letter of the zip code and to look more like what it should be, and it mailed it out and it never came back. So either it got lost or it found its home. Aunt Beck says, I have to design and make some house blocks that are 12 by 14. My idea, and now I'm wondering what on earth I thought I was doing. Oh, you were inspired. And I'll bet you if you follow through on that inspiration, right now you're just, Aunt Beck, you're probably just caught into what am I going to do next thing. But I'll bet you if you follow through with it, I'll bet you it turns out beautiful. Oh, I'm way behind you guys. Aunt Beck is dragging us into the kitchen. Oh, I wish you could feed us, Aunt Beck. I'd come and do the dishes there if I could. If you fed me, I'd do the dishes. When I went to high school in a small town in Nebraska, and you know, all high schoolers need a part-time job. And I had a part-time job. I was not a nurse aide. I was more of a helper, general helper. I did some nurse aide work. It was a small nursing home. And you know, when you're a high school kid, you do everything. You help serve the suppers. I didn't cook, but you do the dishes, and you help with the getting the residents when they need help and stuff like that. But that dishwasher, I had more fun running that dishwasher. I was saying, we need one of these at home. And then the home eventually closed. Not because it had to. I think that the people that were running it was kind of like a private home. They moved on to other things. And, I mean, it was a well-run home. There was no health issues or anything like that. And they sold it to probably, I guess I would think it would be a Catholic monks. They made a monastery out of it. And I think it's probably closed and torn down now. It's been many, many years since I went to high school, I have to tell you. I had to drive out that way and see if that building's still there. Some memories of Mary's growing up days. I kind of like that. You know, though, it needs it needs something to make that page pop. Where's my, well, I don't want to, I need, here, hold it. Casemate pins. Yeah, the kangaroo. Hold it. This are you talking about this kangaroo? I was going to put him in here. On the front of a journal. I don't know where he came from. He came from some magazine. Maybe I won't put him in there. I'll just hold on to him for a while. Oh, you know what I could do with him? Let's see. See if I can reach without knocking everything over. Even though I organized everything over here. Nice little stacks of... Will he fit here? He will. He will. Since you're telling me that kangaroo will look nice on a journal. I got this little glue book from Cindy. She sent it to me in Happy Mail, and I've been using it. I usually do it in my Friday night lives. How about putting some how about putting some white paint behind him so he pops a little bit more? Let's do that. What did I do with my... Whoa! Hold on. Hold the boat. Hold the phone. I'm reaching in here for... Well, this isn't white. This is antique parchment. And of course, it's not opened. And of course, they don't... My pet peeve is these little cellophane wrappers. Okay, Cindy. I'm going to put it on your glue book. This was your idea. Well, maybe not the paint, but... Just kind of work that in there a little. Yeah, I was watching Cindy's 2018, my year. For March, you guys are getting ahead of me. But I'm keeping track of all the words. I haven't mind mapped them all, but I'm keeping track of them. Let's heat gun alert. Anne says, I get most art stuff donated. Sometimes it comes in bulk. I redonate supplies in other directions, and when we get started, the craft room organized, I have boxes and boxes of stuff I can donate. That's good. I mean, you know, if you're sure you're not going to use it, don't throw it out, that's for sure. If you can find a good place like a school or Goodwill or someplace where people, a lot of us like to thrift at Goodwill. And it's such a joy to find really nice pieces. Here, let me turn that off. Here, I want to see if I can't wash a little of that off. Now that's kind of soaking in, but that's okay because I just want a little... I want it to pop a little. I'm not going to put him straight. I'm going to put him at an angle. All right, Cindy. This was your idea. I was using my glue this morning and it's clogged the... I did not clean the nozzle. I'm just gluing my kangaroo down. He looks like a happy little fellow, I have to tell you. Okay. Oh, wow. 20 boxes of pencils. Number 2 lead pencils. You might consider a school with 20 boxes of pencils. There. Woohoo! Kangaroo! He's so cute. Good idea, Cindy. I've been gluing in here. I want to finish my February pages, though. I was going to put some... Isn't he awesome? Good idea. All different types of pencils. Huh. Now let's see, does that... No, it won't. I just kind of want to do some outlining around here. Sorry guys, I fell again. I'm surprised Sunday is so bad. I would think Sunday would be a quiet internet day. What is it? It's worse than Friday nights. All right, let's see what else is going on here. You know, I really need some words. These pages are damp wet. I mean, they're not wet, but they're damp. I'm going to have to let them dry, set them aside. I've only got one page left here to do. Let's see, what do I want? I was liking things like these multiple items, like these tags. Those are cool. I think this came out of a Martha Stewart magazine. These are all beads and necklaces. And here's some, these are kind of cool. That would go with that. That's what's going on there. Yeah, Cindy, I was working on there and I was showing them this picture. Was it Kathy Whitney? Somebody said, and I was talking about it, and somebody said, you said you were going to do Cindy style and grabbing glue. Here you are thinking again. I try, honest, I try. Now, do I want to, I think I'll do red on this side. Red will make that pop. So, I think I'm going to shake this up a little. And I have to resist the urge to spray water on this composition paper because it's so thin. I think I'll just use my credit card. Ooh, this is fun. I knew you could do this with paint, but with the inks. It needs a little bit more. I want a little bit more. Let's try the gold over that. And of course, it will soak through to the back. Sort of. Not too bad, does it? That's interesting. That's interesting, that FW ink, because that's a nice big thick coat. And look, I mean, there's some spots of it there, but that's probably more because of this mess. But it's interesting that doesn't soak through. Hi, Janet. Mary's just playing again today. Oh, that's not as bright on there as I thought it would be. Well, maybe we'll just do some in the edges here. Maybe I'll bring it over into here. Oh, yeah, right on my page. How's that? Just bring it right into that beautiful picture that I put down. Oh, well. That's the nature of messy. It's really wet. don't want to scrape on it too hard or it will tear. Get some up in there. That was fun. Now, let's heat gun alert. Oh, thank you, Josie. She says, love watching, or no, that's, I'm getting you all mixed up here. Janet, I used your thumbnail again today. I'm gonna take a better picture of it so it'll fill the whole frame. And I'm gonna use your picture that you gave me as my thumbnail. I'm gonna go back and I'm going to put it on every one of my live streams. This is Messy. Yeah, call it the Messy student. Oh, that's taken by Vicky though. Messy Meri. I like the Meri Atelier, even if I can't pronounce it. My very first video that I did, my introduction one many years ago, I was in an art group. It's no longer, it was a Yahoo group. It's no longer out there. But I called it Atelier. I think I called it Atelier. And I had a lady who loved egging me. And she thought it was funny, but I wasn't onto the fact that she was really trying to be funny. And, oh dear. I don't know where I was going with that. What was I going with? Oh, I guess I was talking about messy, being messy. Oh, I was talking about why I chose the word atelier. And I like the word, even though I can't pronounce it correctly. So I'm not French and I'm not Latin. It's a French-Latin word and it means studio or workspace. And I'd never heard that word before. And I found it. I was trying to decide what to call my channel. So in a way I regret choosing it because, you know, people can't pronounce it. They go, and I have to, my favorite mispronunciation of the word is what Mary Ann McMillan, she says, artile or something like that. She gets the art in it. And I can't even pronounce it how she does. But it's I have to say it's my favorite mispronunciation. I thought that's what I'm going to start calling it. Got ink all over my hands now. Heat gun alert. I want to dry this off a little bit more. This is such a vibrant ink. Very, very vibrant. But look, that ink, because I got it messy on the edges, but that ink does not soak through this composition paper. That's a discovery for Mary. I'm going to be using more of this FW ink in my composition books. Maybe like for journaling or stuff like that. And I was reading about those Amsterdam inks this morning. And they say that when they're dry, they're permanent. And I'm thinking these are too, probably. I'm going to test that out. But I don't know that much about these inks. But I'm really impressed that it does not soak through to the... I got the mess here on the edges. But that's because I was messy along the edges. So I'm going to put these two images down here because I think they go really nice here. And all I'm doing is finishing out my February calendar pages. Ooh, Messy Meri. Where's my glue stick? I just want to finish out my February calendar pages so that I can put this February away in good faith. Yeah, I already scraped with ink on that. I think I'll find me a different one here. I need a little bit more glue there. I'll put this one right under it. This composition book paper is a lot stronger, I think, than we give it credit for. It works for a lot of junk journaling and think that journaling by fives Didn't Shannon start out with a composition book? She glued those pages together. I think we don't give it credit enough for being a stronger paper. Anne says she's got to color her candy. I have the feeling I will be using them on a treasure map. Josie says, here in Italy, it means more of a seamstress studio. Oh, we're talking about atelier? Oh, that's interesting, Josie. I did not know that. Well, I'm not a seamstress, so with the Italians, I might be in trouble. But what the heck? I mean, it's kind of par for the course. Mary loved the word. She loved the word studio and workshop. But it was so funny because I was reading the definition of it on my introductory video, and it was talking about the meaning of the word atelier. Usually means like a studio where you have people come in and assist you, like if you were an artist and you had apprenticed artists. And in my naivete, I said, but you will find no assistants here. And I meant assistants meaning apprenticed. And it sounds like assistants meaning ASSISTANCE. Like, you aren't going to get any help if you come here. I laugh at that every time I hear it. I leave it up there. I go, all right, you won't find any help if you come to my channel. Oh dear. I left it up. I debated maybe doing I need to do, like the little 45-second video type thing, introduction to my channel. But my very first video, I mean, that was what, 2013? 5 years ago. Yeah. Hi, Susan. Welcome. Yep, you won't find any assistance here. I kind of like those black lines. I'm going to put another one on this page, I think. Yeah, this kind of falls into the background, this teapot. And I think I'll just kind of, maybe not every place, just kind of, well, maybe two. And maybe here. Just to kind of say, there's really pictures on this page. Just like that. I've only got one page left here. This is going fast. I get more done. I'm going to put this guy on here, I think. This is one of my favorite pictures. He's too big for this. I'm going to have to cut it down the center. This is one of my favorite pictures. This is an advertisement. And that little boy, black and white pictures. He's playing his harmonica. And the dog's, of course, singing with him. The dog is probably yelling because his ears are hurting. This is either a dog food. I think it's a dog food advertisement. You can put it there and maybe just move this one over just a little. I love it. I love it. Yep. And I think, well, see, I got this tissue paper sticking out here. I'll come back later and trim that off. But let's see what I want to do with this. I'm going to leave these pages together. And how about some of this purple? Yeah, let's put some of this purple on there. Lavender purple. Die cut, good deal. Die cuts. Hi, Tex. Judy, welcome. I'm just playing. Impromptu. I need to work in my Society of Idea Collectors. I want to finish out my February pages, and so I had a whole bunch of blank pages on my calendar, so I said I'm going to glue book in them. Where's my credit card? I'm going to do that swipey thing again here. Yeah, those are the, you can see the spots where the ink first hits the page, but that's okay. Ooh, it's messy. I'm going to put that picture over it anyway, but I like how this ink moves with the credit card. How about some yellow on there? Let's see what, hopefully it won't get too disturbed. Put some yellow in here. And some of it up there. I kind of like that. How fun is that? Better close these up before I spill them. Anne says, I came in here to charge my phone. We're going to be hunting Pokemon later today. And when waiting around, I think I'll decorate my cover. All right. Of your journal, we bring our bags with snacks and art supplies. That sounds fun. Sounds like you're going to have a nice afternoon. Let me dry this off. And of course, the camera will be traveling around to start filling up videos. Is it hard to transfer your videos to YouTube? It depends on your connection, Anne. I don't think it's hard myself, but you have to have a pretty good connection, your upload speed, and it depends on if you want to edit your videos. There's a lot more to it. If you're just going to shoot some live shots and put them up on YouTube with no editing, I wouldn't think it would be so difficult. But if you want to edit them, you know, leave things in that you want, take things out that you don't, it's a little bit more involved. The process gets involved. Most of us edit it. It does sound fun. All that pretty color is going to get covered up. Boo-hoo. I don't know if I want to cover up all that pretty color. I may save him for another page. Let's see. What else do I have here? Now, let's see what I have. I got the pin. This is kind of pretty. That looks nice on there. And here's another one. These came out of the Romantic Home magazines. Let's see. What else do I have? I like that one. That one really goes good. I've got this. I got a cup of coffee. Oh, here. This lady. She'll go good on here. All right. Hi, Connie. Welcome. Welcome, welcome to folks that are coming in. I'm going to put it this way and maybe up a little, down a little, over a little. I like her. Yeah, I think that fits. Just, I don't want that too much on her head, but yeah, right in there. So I said I want to finish out my February pages, and I sat down to do it, and I said, well, why not go live? See if somebody comes, and you're all coming in. Thank you. Actually, it's nice to, I always feel like I'm spending a Sunday afternoon visiting with my friends, you know, rather than having to get in your car or go across the block or something like that. I just get on the internet and chat with friends all across the world. It's an amazing world that we live in today. Just amazing. I don't want to put that on her head. I like that. That's cool. It needs some journaling, but I may come back later and put journaling on it. This is a little bit heavier. This is a little bit heavier paper, so I'm going to use Elmer's glue to glue this down. I mean, undiluted Elmer's glue. Where's my... Yeah. How fun this is. Now, these pages are all pretty damp. I want to cut this tissue. If I can. Could probably tear it, but... I never do things the easy way. Woohoo! I learned something today, and that's that those FW inks do not soak through the composition paper. I'm so impressed with that. I'll be using them in my composition books now. This kind of looks sad. I trimmed it off. I need something right in there. Like a ribbon or a... washi tape, washi tape, washi tape. I have washi tape. How about just some of this? These are Tim Holtz words that kind of fit in there, and it kind of go with my black. Let's put a stream of. Yep. My story. Happy together, story, memories, heartfelt. I'm reading the words here. Yeah, that kind of fits. And it goes with the black there. Bless his heart. Tim Holtz. What would we do with all those, without all those Tim Holtz embellishments and stuff? Okay, let's put the lid on the glue before Meri spills it. Because she could do that real easy. Put it up there out of my way. Clean the nozzle off of this one. Close it up. Put the bone folder away. So I can find it the next time I want it. I didn't use these pretty little birds, so I'll go in another one. Screw this lid back on my inks. My morning coffee. I haven't had any of my... It's cold. To put some ice cubes in it. Make it iced coffee. I had a word here that... What did I do with that word? Here it is. Put that paint away. I like this. What happens when your perfect life gets boring? You do glue booking. Of course. I'm going to find a spot in here for it. Uh-oh, these pages. Well, I'm not putting it there. I'm not putting it there. How about back on one of these February pages at the end of February? How about right here? What happens when your perfect life gets boring? Wait, I've got another page down here drying. Let me get a hold of it. I think I got some blank pages here. Maybe it'll fit better up here. Yep, it does. I'll find something else for that. Here, this needs to be trimmed. Hi, Regina. Welcome. Glad to have you in here. And Beck says, okay, now you are all having to sit down on the timeout bench as I have run out of other places to set you. I don't know what you're talking about, but that sounded interesting. That almost sounded like Aunt Beck used to be a high school coach. Maybe of some teenage girls. You all have to sit down on the timeout bench. What are you saying? Wait a minute. What's going on in here? I hope you're just joking. Cogs and gears. Dust. Hi, Dust Fairies. Welcome. I don't see anything bad in here, so you must be joking. Regina says, hey, Meri, this visiting vicariously is great. It isn't it, Regina? I can be in my house dress and visit with you all and not feel self-conscious. I feel the same way. I do try to, I try to change clothes daily though. So you all don't think I'm wearing the same thing for a week. Although I do wash them, so you might see them twice a week. All right, so this is going to go right here, I think. What happens when your perfect life gets boring? You go online, you do a live session, and all your friends come to visit you. That's a perfect life, and it's not boring. I put my glue away. Where did I put it? I put it right over here. Where did I put that? Did it fall? All right, Mary. This is no fair. It's probably staring at me in my face. Hey, where did I put that Elmer's glue? Well, honestly, I'll use a glue stick. It's never boring at the Meri Atelier. Atelier. She's still learning how to pronounce the word. She struggles with it herself. And so it never offends me when people struggle with pronouncing that word. Because I'm not French and I'm not Latin, but I love the word. There. Pages are a little wrinkly, but when it gets weight on them. Now, let's see. For those of you who came in later, let's put my brush in the water to clean it. I'll show you where I am on my Society of Idea Collectors, because that's what got me started on this, was I wanted to close it out February, but I think I'm going to leave it, I think I'll do 3 months at a time. It's getting fat. It is getting fat. I said that in the description of one of my videos. I said my journal's getting fat, and they demonetized the video. They thought I was insulting somebody. I was insulting my art journal. She said, "You're getting fat." I took that phrase out of the description and it monetized again. And I thought, oh, they thought I was insulting somebody. So this goes in February. This goes right here. What happens when your perfect life gets boring? Or maybe, no, I put it, that doesn't go there. That goes in between the faces. 29 faces here. There. Perfect. So look how fat it's getting though. Look at, I have Lucia's tag and I have the fluffy thing sticking out there. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 7 rubber bands. So I think I'm going, when I bind February, when I start binding into my custom keeper, I think that I am going to have to bind each one of these, just do a pamphlet stitch. Somehow I'm going to have to bind these before I put them in my custom keeper, I think. Otherwise, I'll be wrapping bands around that. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but anyway, so, and I don't even have, I was telling the gals who were in here earlier, I don't even have all my tabs in here, because these are all my tabs. Most of them came from 2017. I have stamping. I made a syllables ones. I may not need that one. I don't have YouTube in there. I don't have words in there. Words and writing are kind of the same. Questions, random, notes. I don't have all of those in here yet, and it's already March. But here's January. And these are my January calendar pages, and it's so fun. I don't use it as a planner, but it's so fun that I just jot little things that happen, maybe what I can remember. Sometimes I don't fill those out till next week, and I come in and I'll jot something down that happened that week. And then it flips open this way. These are all syllables, which is Dee Dee's interpretation of syllables are little bits and pieces of art that you use to make up a complete whole. And this is a photocopy of my little inchies. And this one I collaged on the back of for February, so it's kind of wrinkly. But I get into February here. And I love this flip page. I love how this works. I'm going to do more of this. It's just a piece of fabric, and I glued it here and left this flap unglued. Glued it there and left that flap unglued. Then I came in, when I put it in, I glued this flap to this page and that flap to that page, and it made a really nice flip. So, more February, and I've got more February to go. That's going to go in the lunch bag project that I'm doing with Aunt Beck. And then here's Lucia's pocket letter. I took all the little bits out of it because I didn't want them to fall and lose. But I love her pocket letter here. I don't know how much glare you're getting on it. But I love that gal. She belongs in February. She's just relaxing there. And it says something about art, and I can't remember. Art at one, something, I think. I can't remember what it says, but I'm not going to take it out. Then I get into my 29 faces, and here's February, and I, of course, didn't want these February pages to be blank, so, you know, I really need to border these. And I don't know. How about, let's try this. Just having fun. Just having fun. Just kind of not even paying attention to whether it's perfect or not. Perfection is not the goal here. Obviously. I need to come back in and glue some of that stuff down better. It just kind of ties the pages together, just a line around them. I'll come back and do those later. But I did those today, and I did these. And these are still kind of damp wet, as you can tell. They're dampy wet. I don't want to ruin my 29 faces here. I'm going to put a piece of wax paper in there till this dries. Probably should just fold that in half. Sort of. And then, yesterday I worked on March, and I really like these. I got these I think I got these out of either Romantic Homes or Mary Jane. I can't remember. My little spring birdie, and in one of my lives I was doing that painty paintbrush, and I let all the paint drip down on my paper. That's what this is. So I just folded it in half. These images came from Rose and Happy Mail. And these are rejects from my swap. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do, and I didn't like any of them. They weren't consistent. I call them rejects, but I do like them, but I didn't like them for giveaways because none of them are the same, and I wanted the others to be done in the same method. I was playing with doing some fine line applicator stuff on them. And that's a stamp. And then I get into March here. I got all my March calendar pages done. And I even got, I don't know if you can see it too well, but I got one of those little date stamps. So even though I got Sunday, it's March the 4th. And so I stamped a little date on these so that I know what day it is. So those will go in there. And then this I'm getting ready for the last 2 weeks in March here and here. And this is what fills it up. There's my embossed drippage page and my tar gel page experiments here. Probably have to do some more experimenting in here before I close this out. There's quite a bit left there. And projects, This is where I do all my sketching, my little inchy sketches. And here's where I paste down all the, when I actually do the carving on my faces, these are the pieces that I'd cut out, and so I just put them back on a project page. But I had started in the sketching them out here, and I just left those there. These are more figuring out what I want to do. And here too. And my little bird, spring bird sketches. And, well, I won't show you that because that's coming up. That's probably about all I've done. I should do more mind mapping. I got my mind maps back here. I got some mind mapping. We haven't done a lot of mind mapping in the Society of Idea Collectors. This one I did for, this was the color red. This was February. I actually started mind mapping it in my Society of Idea Collectors, and I'm going, well, it doesn't need to be here. It needs to be over in my Creative Year Journal. So I took it and put it over there. But I think the other mind map that we did in Society of Idea Collectors was called Low Tech Mech. It's in here. It was like your toasters and your radio, things that are red list, things that are gold. I didn't get the last two colors done in February for my year. I was going to do gold, and I got sidetracked. So there's where I am, but it's fat. It's fat. And I can't say that in the description box at YouTube, or they'll demonetize my video by insulting my art journal saying it's fat. But I think I'll leave March in here, and then I have got to take these out and put them in the custom keeper, because there's no way that more will fit in here without having to expand the binder again. So there's where I am on it. Woohoo! That was fun! So what are you guys all talking about here? Mary, where did you find your bone folder? It was on, I have a little kitchen cart next to my table, little, kind of like a 1950s style. I got it at the thrift store. And I have two boxes set up there, and it fell between those boxes. And I was cleaning off the top of that cart, and there it was. I moved the box, and there was my bone folder. Anybody have a preference for any brand of corner rounder punch? Oh, Aunt Beth, that's a good question, because I have to show you this. I'm glad you asked that. Let me get my corner punch. I hate it. It's not worth the money that I paid for it. Or maybe I'm doing it wrong. It's this one, and don't ask me what brand it is, because I've long since gotten rid of the... Let me get a piece of... This is a case of you got all this paper and you can't find a piece to experiment with. Wait a minute. I got scraps of paper here everywhere. Why can't I find a piece to work with? Here. I was going all through my blue booking stuff yesterday, and all my stuff trying to get stuff organized. Let's pull out a piece of scrap paper here. Well, here, these are good. I'll show you why I don't like this paper punch. Let me move this away. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe you guys can educate me. Let's zoom in a little. This might be a Fiskars. Yeah, I think the crocodile ones might be the best. Fiskars. Hi, Ann. Welcome. Yeah, I don't like it. Because I don't mind this little piece. You take out that orange piece, I think. And what you do, this is just kind of like a copy paper. This is a thin white paper. But my thought is that you insert this paper at an angle. And most corner punches have the angle, so you just fit your corner into it that way. But if you try to do that with this one, and I can fit it in, but there's nothing to tell me, there's nothing to hold it at an angle. I kind of have to hold it. And when I fit it way to where I think it should be and punch it, look, it puts the corner punch about a ½ an inch into the... So then I think, well, that doesn't work because I want it to be rounded. So maybe you have to punch it before you... So then I try to, okay, I need this to line up. So I'm sitting there trying to get the edges to where they should be. And punch. Now that one did pretty good, but it's still, you can't see it. But most of the time I don't do this good. I have that little nick there on the corner. You have to line it up and be careful where you get your paper. And to me, that they should have little edges to, because see, most of the time I do something like that. And I don't like this corner punch. It's okay if you want a decorative element like this. I would use it for that. But otherwise, to me, it frustrates me to use it. Cindy says, Mary, put the guide back on. All right, is this the guide? Am I doing it wrong, Cindy? Cindy has to instruct me here. This is a guide? All right, Cindy. Mary's going to listen to Cindy teach her how to do this. Let's see, how does this go back in? Wait, I'll get it, Cindy. Hold on. All right. I got the guide back on. But now, how does my paper go in? I can't put the paper... My paper doesn't go in with the guide on it. There's no way that paper's going in there. I must not have the guide on correctly, but that's the only way the guide goes in. Yes, it does. Try it. Just put it in until it stops. It stopped. It stopped. It's in there. See, look. I put the edges here. I put these there. Wait, let me stand up because I'm not seeing the... Let me stand up and show you. See, look. Here's this edge, and I put these right in here. And I push it in until it stops, and it's in there. It feels like it's in there, right? No, put the paper in until it stops. All right. Mary's getting her education. She hates this punch. All right. Oh! Well, let me try a different piece of paper. Mary just is dumb. Maybe Mary needs education here. All right. So now it's in there. Let me hold it. That's what I was doing wrong. Well, I still don't like it. I didn't have it in there right. I don't think... I have it in here. It's not punching right for me. It's Mary. It's not the punch. My Fiskars has the guide and it doesn't work for beans. I love that, Ann. I love it. I love what you said because this doesn't work for beans. It's not all Mary's fault. I was checking to see if I had anything in there, but I don't. It's all clean in there. So I put my paper in here and I rest it. Can you see? I got that paper now in the guide. I was missing that. And now I punch. I don't like this. There's better corner punches than this. That one did sort of okay, but there's better. Do it on the table. All right. There's better punches than this out there. A lot better punches. I have to tell you, I like Fiskars products, but I don't like this corner punch. I got it at Walmart. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that, but that's where I got it. All right, put it on the table, rest it down. Make sure that the paper's in there nice and straight. Yeah, it's It's, the spring is broken on it now. I broke it. It's not worth it. Good thing I didn't pay a lot of money. It's going now, but I don't like it at all. I would not recommend this product, Fiskers. Send me a better one. Oh, I got paint on my finger. That didn't do too bad of a job, but I don't like it. I don't think it does a good job, even that way. So I would go out. Yeah, don't get that one, Rose. Go find, let's see, somebody I set it on the table. Crocodile. It sounds like a crocodile. People are recommending the crocodile one. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on it. But I do have an opinion on this. Maybe I'll donate this one. Maybe somebody else smarter than Mary can figure this out. Because it's really, you know, it's new. I think I paid about $6 for it. It's not expensive, but it's not worth the $6 in my opinion. It wasn't like I spent $15 or $20 for it. There are better ones. I've used better corner punches than this. And what I do have now, and here, let me reach. I don't think I have the rounded one. Whoops. I have whoops, that's the hole punch. I have 3 or 4 of these, but I have to reach to get them. I've got the stub and the decal, and I do like these. I don't have the rounded. I might have the rounded one, but I didn't bring it home with me. But I have the angle, the stub, and the decal, and I think the cloud one. But see, these are nice. I like these. Let's do the. Well, I don't know the decal. I haven't used that for a long time. These I like. Let me stand up again. Yeah, look for these are more expensive. But to me, they work a lot better. Yeah, Ray. Hi, Ray. Crocodiles are there. I like them. They'll go through thick substances. Here's the decal one. See, and that is meant to have the little edges there. They meant to do that. Yeah, they're expensive. But they're worth the money you pay for it. You buy 3 of these. You buy 3 of these, you might as well bought this, and you get 2 different styles on it. This is the stub one. I think it's for like tickets. I very seldom use decal or stub. I have the angle one. See, this is like if you're making a ticket, and then you let me cut it here. And see, you've got your ticket. And then I have now that I'm standing up, what did I do with the other one? It's here. I only brought 2 of them. I got 3 or 4 of them. I've got the rounded one in this, but for some reason or another, I didn't bring it home. This is the angle and the photo. And the angle, just like if you make a tag, and that's what I use the most. Angle. See, I like this so much better. It's so much easier to fool in with this. I guess I'll have to go buy me a round one, a crocodile, because I like them the best. I would agree with whoever said crocodile. There's the photo. And the object is if you have a piece of colored paper, which I never have what I want when I want it. Let's take this coffee cup. See, in fact, I think I used this when I matted all my grandniece's photos. And it makes it look like there's little photo corners there. I do like that a lot. Woohoo! But this one, I will admit, I did not realize that was the guide. I was kind of stupid there, and I'll admit my stupidity, but maybe I just need to practice with this more. But, see, that to me, does not do a clean round on it. I will probably take the guide off. I kind of, let me take the guide off again. I kind of like it like this. That's how stupid Meri was. The kind of fun decorative element. All right. Meri doesn't mind showing when she learns things. That's how we learn. So you guys can learn right along with me. See, now I have to figure out how to put this. And so when somebody feels like they don't want to ask a question because they're afraid they'll look stupid, just think about Meri. Anne says, now I'll have to go dig in the punches to find the corner around her edge. Bye, Anne. She's always learning something new. I'm glad that you said that the Fiskars doesn't work too good, because I would agree with you completely. I like Fiskars products. I don't have anything against Fiskars. I think they're a good company, a good brand, but I would tell them to beef up their rounder corner punch. I really think it's the name. Aunt Beck, which brand is it? Deco. Let's see what Aunt Beck is saying. I love my Deco rounders to make tags. Deco rounders. Tell us about Deco rounders, Aunt Beck. Okay. Thanks for dropping in, Anne. And so show... Meri, what was the name of the angle one? These are all, oh, I said crocodile. These are We Are Memory Keepers. Is this still a crocodile? Memory Keepers? I think they are. I call them crocodiles. I think that they are crocodile, corner chomper. We Are Memory Keepers. And it says deco and stub and angle and photo. Is that what you're asking, Cindy? I need that green one for tags. Yeah, I use this for tags all the time. I like this one a lot. And whoever mentioned, I would agree with them. You can do more than one. There, let's grab a couple of... I'm glad I kept these little... Ouch. Had too much paint on my finger, so it didn't cut my thumb. That's an advantage of having paint and glue on your fingers. I felt it, but it didn't cut it. Let's put two of these together as straight as I can get them. Well, let's put 4 of them together. Now pretend that these are straight, because they probably won't be. But they cut through multiple thicknesses. Now it might prove me wrong. But they're strong. They're sturdy, they're well made. I like them a lot. And there are several different patterns that you can get. I wouldn't say there are a huge number of patterns, but let's see, I'm going to do let's do the angle. I guess if you were making hundreds of tags, it might make it, oops, that was the cloud. The green one is the deco and the stub. The pink one is the angle and the photo. Let's do the angles where I was heading. I'm going to do the angle here on the fold. See, you can cut through several thicknesses. How cool is that? It can make you a little tag book. Take your punch. Here, wait, you guys have got me going now. Look. I got all this paper. Now, I doubt if you could put all of these in there. That's pretty thick. Let's see how many I can do. 1, 2, 3. Rose, you started something. 4. I'll do 4 and double it over. That'll make 8 thicknesses. and fold it in the center. I'm going to do the angle here. Is that the angle? No, it's the photo. Let's do the angle. And the angle. Now is where I wish I had the rounded one, because I would like to come down here and do the rounded here. Instead, I'll do the... Should I do the stub? Just for the fun of it, see what it looks like. That's okay. Do the stub down there. Maybe I'll do some of these for giveaway. And then, just very simple, get a little pretty is that the little one? Get a cover. All right, you guys. You know what you're getting next week in giveaway. Yeah, I'm going to make some little tag books. That's what you're getting. Because I've got, I save all these strips. I don't even know what I was, oh, I know I was cutting my mind map. These are for photocopies. I cut down these mind map sheets because I got some extras here that when we were figuring out how to do the two-sided copies, the guy at the library was helping me. We were figuring out where it needed to be placed and everything, and those strips of paper are these. Well, when I finally got the good ones that had mind maps on both sides, I have several of these that just were not, I mean, they're good. I can cut them down to size, so I told them I'd pay for them and buy them and bring them home. They were 10 cents a copy. What I love about my library up in Hastings is, Hastings is a town probably about 13 to 15,000, maybe a little bit bigger than that. They got a college, but they got a really nice public library, and they just remodeled it, and they put a maker center in the basement. And they have a really knowledgeable librarian in the Maker Center, and he's very helpful. He's a guy. They have two 3D printers that I haven't used that I'm just dying to get my hands on. They've got a laser cutter, and they've got this big, huge poster printer. And, of course, they have copy machines, but a piece of paper like this, or an 8.5 by 11 sheet, whether it's black or white or colored, the cost is still 10 cents a sheet. And I think that is so reasonable. You could not do that at a copy center. My hands are all painty. Inky. I've been inking. So I have a lot of good things to say about the library. But yeah, I think I'm going to. You guys know what you're going to get in giveaway. These are just free things that you guys got me started on this. I'm going to make some little tag books. I might angle the corners down here. I don't know if I can angle those now or not. Let's see. Where's my angle? Let's see if I can angle the stubs. Sort of. Kind of. Not too good. Probably do better with a X-Acto knife. But this is just a prototype. I'll probably angle the corners on these. But yeah. And then maybe I'll carve a stamp or something and make a cover for them, and then put a tie in there. I want a rounder one for making journals. Yes, Rose, I get it. I want a rounder one too. One that doesn't frustrate me. Even if I have the guide on. But now I know if I'm frustrated with something like this, when I'm doing something stupid before I go online and make a fool out of myself, I'll private message Cindy and say, Cindy, what am I doing wrong? So I'm done. I got my pages done. You can watch me do it today. Are you talking about the tag books? Oh. Rose says she's still shopping even as we speak now. Wasn't just me, Mary. It's usually you, though, Cindy. You showed me how when I was using that Dymo label maker, I was sitting there going, well, this would be really nice if it had a cutter on it so I could cut the labels off so I wouldn't have to use my scissors. And Cindy says, Mary, look at that button there on the side. Press it. Oh, is that what that's for? And it did. It cut my label just like I wanted. Brilliant. They thought of it before I did. Oh, dear. Oh, make the tag books. I'd have to get some more. Well, I could. I bought, because my poor brother, he's outside now. He's enjoying the nice day we're having. I have to plug him. My brother is about 4 years older than I am. He's a retired veteran. His significant other passed away about 3 years ago. Well, she passed away in 2013, so it's been a little bit longer than 3 years. But he's living in his house down here all alone. And he lived alone for a couple years, because I didn't move down here until 2015. But when I lost my job and didn't have any place to go, it was either live in my car or go home to Nebraska. And I have to tell you, I mean, it's easier for me to talk about it now. I had a hard time with it. It's just hard. It was a hard time in my life because I wasn't ready for it. So he's offered me, you know, he says, I got this big house down here. He's got a 3-bedroom house, and, you know, his significant other passed away. And so he's just offered me a roof over my head, so I'm not homeless. So I think a lot of him. He's my older brother. And I tell him that, and I think it touches his heart. It gives him a purpose. It gives him a purpose for, I hate to say it, for living, to know that he's helping somebody else. I mean, he could help other people. He could go out and do social things, but he's not a social guy. He's kind of a private guy. And, you know, I tell him, I say, you'll always be my big brother. He's always been my big brother. He's kind of a laid back guy. He went to high school. He never went on to college, but he joined the Navy, and he joined the Navy during the Vietnam War area. He was stationed in Pearl Harbor. They sent him over to Vietnam, and he was on a destroyer. He worked in the engine room, and you know, I tell him, you know, he could have gotten killed over there. That's what I tell him. I said, you could have got killed over there. But he lets me, as much as I want more room and more studio space, he lets me have, like, I've practically taken over. I'm in a little den off of his living room, and he's let me take over this room practically. I mean, I got my art supplies, and I cleaned out the buffet, put all my art. So you saw me clean out that top drawer. The only thing he really complained about, he told me he had some photograph albums. He said you could take those upstairs. He didn't care. So I lugged them all upstairs. They were ones that his significant other had made of her family and her kids. And although he loves them, they're not really close to him. And so I lugged all those photograph albums upstairs. And one day he come in and he said, well, where are the ones of Ashton? And Ashton is his son's granddaughter. They're really close. And I go, well, you said I could take them all upstairs. And he said, well, I didn't mean those. So I went upstairs and brought down all Ashton's photo albums. But we get along pretty good. He even though I don't have a large studio, a dream studio, I don't think that, looking at this now, that I would trade it for anything else right now. I think I'm where I should be, but it took an awful lot to get me down here. I didn't want to come back to Nebraska. I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but that's my life story. Oh, I know why. I was going to reach up here. I used all his paper. He had a big old ream of white paper. I was going to get it. That got me off on this. I used all his paper, so I had to go to Walmart and buy some more. Cindy was saying, make those tags now, Mary. And I go, well, what do I use? I'll use this copy paper. And, oh, thank you, Janet. I think the world of my older brother. I just think the world of him. I can't say enough that he'll always be my older brother. I gotta plug my phone back in here. So he's outside. He doesn't hear me say all this, but I've said it to him before. I told him, I said, you'll always be my big brother. So he knows, and I've told him several times that I appreciate him letting me stay here. Because I don't know where I would be if I couldn't be down here. I would be, well, I say homeless, but I would probably just be eking out a living some way. I'd probably be working 2 or 3 jobs just to pay my bills. So I thank him. I thank him a lot. I think a lot of him. So, all right, Cindy. Mary, you don't have to do them today. I was just watching you create. All right. Well, I do think I'll do them now. I mean, I won't do them right now, but I think what I'll do is, those were, what did I do? I folded them up and put them someplace while I was yakking to you. Here, they're about 2 inches. I mean, because they'll fit into that envelope really, really well. They are 5.5 inches tall. And 5, that's exactly 11 inches. So mine might, this is 10 and, it says it's 11, but it's not quite 11. I'll just fold these in half, and these are about 2 1/4 wide. So, and this is, got me started on this, 8.5. So I'll make about 4 of them that way, and just take, they won't be really thick. There'll be like 8 sheets, and then I'll put a piece of, probably carve a little stamp or something on there. I've got a stamp in mind. You might see me do a stamp carving, maybe on the back of this little birdie. It won't be the birdie. I've already done the birdie. I'll probably do another little carving here and just put him right in there. There are only 10 of us siblings, and I am close to only 1. Yeah. I'm not close to my other brother. I used to be, but he's too smart for me. He sees my ignorance and he goes, oh my gosh, my sister's the dumbest. But I love him anyway, but I think a lot of my older brother. So he's coming back in the house, so I got to be quiet. Let's see, Becky. Oh, was that Becky that said that? Oh, Becky said same here. Yeah, Judy, make some. You know, and then you can do little doodles in them or art. I might do art on it. Maybe I'll, instead of 8 pages, do 10 page. Instead of 4, do 5 and do art on a couple of them. So they'll have some art to start out with. Or maybe I'll do little prompts here. I'll think about it. Now that you guys know what I'm going to do, I have to put a surprise in there for the giveaway. Yeah, Judy, do that. Do some of them. Tag ATC. Yeah, make them ATC size. That's interesting. Huh. 2.5. This is 2 1/4, but they'd be just a little bit wider this and be 3.5 instead of 5, so they'd come out to here, and they would be tag ATCs. I kind of like this width, though, because I can just cut it in strips down this way. But I might get an inspiration between now and Friday, though. But right now, that's what I'm thinking. But I'll put a little surprise thing in there. Not anything big, you know. I'll think of something to get you going on these. That'll be fun. And I painted all those, the little, maybe on the front and the back. I painted, I don't know if you saw me. I'm not sure if I did that online. I think I did right at the end of one of my chats. Took that brayer and went all over those hole punches. I think they're all blue and gold now. Yeah, and Beck, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Well, you know, Tex, you could do tag ACCs. I think that's a good idea. It just looks like fun. I wish I had, I might get them all ready to go and not do the angle punch. I'm going shopping next week, someday next week. I might look for a different corner punch, round corner punch. Maybe I can find one. So, oh. My brother just walked behind me and got an envelope. He scared me. So, well, guys, I've been on long enough. Thank you for watching me do my glue booking. I didn't intend to see so many of you here. It's been really nice. Hi, Cynthia. Hi. Welcome in. I'm just getting ready to close. I was working on my Society of Idea Collectors, and I don't even know where I put it now. Here it is. So, thanks for dropping by on a Sunday afternoon. I haven't even finished my morning coffee. There we go. Thanks, Cindy. You all have a good rest of the weekend. Arlene, I didn't see you come in. Welcome and goodbye. All right, guys, I'm going to close it out. Have a great Sunday afternoon and evening. I'm trying to figure out how to get this closed. I did something wrong.